my role is, as a combination role, is really doing the analytics, but also making sure that the IT systems themselves are working. I think the combined role is useful in an organisation because it allows the one person to get the overall picture and not have to use two separate departmental heads. That's not going to work for all organisations. Obviously, for larger organisations, you're still going to need to differentiate those two roles. Although, with the right structure, you can get a combination CDO, CIO. Although it's fairly rare at this stage. I've not come across many people that have the experience on both the IT systems software side and the analytics. I think there is some truth in that, in the sense that a lot of companies are now using third-party providers to manage their systems. Cloud-based operations are an example of that. But I think that the two functions will need to exist in an organisation, in most organisations, particularly large ones, into the future. Maybe SMEs, small to medium enterprises and smaller companies will eliminate the CIO role, and I know that in some insurance funds they've eliminated the CIO role and replaced it with a data strategist, which is more of a not so much a CDO, but more of an information strategic specialist who covers those two roles. So I think we're seeing the convergence of the two roles in some places, but I think for larger organisations the two functions will exist, and again it depends on whether you can find someone who can do both of those. So I don't think that the CDO is necessarily going to replace the CIO. The two functions will need to exist, even in organisations that are using a third-party provider to do the old CIO functions. The CDO should be able to bring rigour to the analysis of data. I mean, a CDO is about analysing data, understanding the right way to go about that. If you're using statistical models, how to apply those appropriately. In most organisations, you find though that sophisticated statistical modelling is not actually undertaken. So most organisations can probably get away without I suppose, a major analyst type position, but it's always good to bring in somebody who understands data quality and make sure that the organisation in its reporting and analysis is using good quality data and assisting the CIO to make sure that that data is governed appropriately. My feeling is that the CDO will definitely be an important person on the executive. They'll have to work very closely with the CIO obviously, but also the CIO and CDO, or the combination thereof, will also have to work very closely with the board, because ultimately at the end of the day, if they're delivering, the CDO is touted as delivering these major improvements and efficiency gains in organisations, they'll need to be able to show that to the executive.